That is pretty sexy. And these boots that I'm wearing right now are starting to get really outclassed very quickly. It'd be different if I found more explorers items. But like right now, I just don't think they're... I don't know. The 59% reduced entrapment duration, that can be good. Because I'm going to be under the assumption that, you know, if there's like some sort of enemy trap that I end up springing, that's basically going to get me out of there. Okay, so there's a clear upgrade to my shoulders. Okay, we're going to keep my current gloves. Here we go. Here's an upgrade to my belt. But I got to keep the older one because of the bonuses to pets. I'm telling you. Getting to that point. I knew it was going to happen. So here's an even better upgrade to our shoulders. So there was this phenomenon that I experienced a lot in Diablo 2, and I'm pretty sure you'd experience it in all of these types of games, where you get the flat armor increase, right? Like, these are clearly better armor, or better pair of pants. I mean, except for some of the modifiers. But the reason why I have the Mistwalker leggings still equipped is because they're a unique item. So you get, like, the idea in your mind, like, it's only worth your time to equip the uniques. Sometimes you find better rare items and things, so... I think it may be time to remove these. God, those lightning resistances are just so good. I don't know. I'm gonna leave them on. I don't make any rash decisions. I don't think I've ran across too many monsters that have blasted me with lightning skills. So it could be that bonus to the resistances is just kind of not worth it right now. You know, seeing how much fun I've been having playing this campaign, and playing Grim Dawn, just in general, dare I say, I'm really tempted to actually run through a Titan Quest, have a Titan Quest campaign, straight up, and giving that game another go. For a few reasons, too. First of all, some of the original people that were with the, I think the THQ Nordic folks that made the original Titan Quest came over here to make Grim Dawn. I don't remember which ones they were, or, you know, what their roles were, or anything else. All I know is that some of the folks that worked on the original Titan Quest worked on Grim Dawn. And I think they were, like, the main people that worked on Grim Dawn, too. So that's, like, a good enough reason. If you like Grim Dawn, you're probably going to like Titan Quest. The problem is I didn't really like Titan Quest. I just thought it was slow, it was boring. It was very unengaging, very repetitious and monotonous. Like it was a very ugly looking game. It was just boring, bland. Also, you know, like, I think I've mentioned this before. It was just, when it comes to certain themes, certain styles, I'm just not a big fan of certain styles, and the whole, like, ancient Greek mythology type of stuff, it's just never really done it for me. Same thing too with, like, ancient Chinese type of stuff, or anything that's, like, generically Asian looking. It's never really been my thing either, honestly. And so Titan Quest always kind of, it just didn't appeal to me just based upon that. And I'm getting off a tangent. I'm giving you all the reasons why I didn't like playing it, and I should be talking about all the reasons why I want to play it. Funny how that works out. But they did do a remaster of the game, so that's the other reason. I've been really interested in finding out how the game operates now. It's with the remaster. So that would be reason number 2, is that they've, after like a decade plus, they released some new content for the game, like updates and everything. And for reason number 3 is that it wasn't just updates and remasters, but oh no, they actually came out with a full-fledged expansion for it. And that sounds like a trifecta of awesome to me. I have no promises, though. Because I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know, if I were to do one, when would I do one? Not for a long time. I mean, I'm already kind of bogged down with 5 series right now. And I have a feeling too that, you know, Grim Dawn's going to, assuming that my character lives, and you know, we're doing a good job. We've been a good cookie with our survival. This feels like this is going to take a while, and I'm not interested in playing Grim Dawn while I'm playing Titan Quest. Ain't gonna happen. Lots of bad mans. Let's try to keep our Grasping Vines, Shepherd's Crook up and running. That's something else I should probably look up at some point. Is these Aether Spawn guys. Do they actually summon monsters? I don't know if it's purely psychosomatic, but it feels like every time you approach one, or every time you engage one, aggro it, monsters appear. And I don't know if it's scripted to be like that, like, you know, have one of these Aether Spawn things and there's always going to be a couple monsters that'll like right around it, or if it's just this thing and it summons them. See, like right there, like these guys, these zombies that were like directly adjacent to it.
My inventory is full.
Yep, I knew that was happening. I knew it. Figured it was only a few minutes away. And there is a rift gate up here, so I can see it on the mini-map. Damn it. It's gonna have to be another one of these. There's been a few times where I went back to town, only to discover that once we got back to the dungeon itself, it was like the next actual rift gate was just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Okay, so this is the gear that I want to take a look at. Make sure that we're not going to accidentally sell something that might actually be worth my time equipping. So I'll tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. This is the upgrade that probably should get a little bit more attention, or at least I should explain a little bit, is that I totally want either something that's got some really good bonuses to pets, or have some kind of like bonuses to like one of my major skills. Grasping Vines is kind of a skill that I use all the time, so, and especially because it's got Shepherd's Crook on it now, totally makes sense for me to have equipped what I have equipped, right? It'd be really swell if it had 3 things, if my offhand had 3 things. The plus to bonuses to my pets, a plus to one of my major skills, or straight up just a plus to all of my skills, because I believe those exist. I think they're probably like higher level affixes, but like there are items you can get in this game that will have just straight up like plus to all of your necromancer skills or whatever. And then the third thing I would like to have is what mine already has, is basically some kind of proc skill, some kind of activation skill, like Elemental Seal, which is awesome. So I think we're going to sell this tome. I'd really love to be able to find another one of these explorers. And something that I've been really curious about that I have not actually seen yet is I have not seen an epic
See you around
at any of the vendors yet. I'm kind of wondering if that actually happens at some point.
Got something you need stashed?
Boy, it would be so handy if there was just a button that allowed me to transfer this, you know. If I had stacks of these, it would just, you know, be another button up here that I press it and it would just automatically move them for me. God, that would be awesome. I think the rest of these are just components. Okay.
I'll keep an eye on this.
It's like I knew it was just going to be like a memory game with some of these things. Like you could just remember what the icon looks like, the completed component icon looks like versus the actual component. Was this even worth my time? Not really. So I think we'll just go up here to the hidden laboratory. Just to activate it. Wow, it was really that close. A laboratory, the warden must be nearby. Okay, before we go in there... Okay, what I was looking at is this little section here, but it looks like it's cordoned off. Very well. Oh, we got some more entries here. Some more lore. Yeah, it's gated off. That's what I thought. Okay, nothing over here. So I think what I'll try to do is just go the long way around like this. But first, let's see here. 5th entry. All right. I know I probably clicked it a little bit too quickly for some of you guys out there that were reading it, but I figure if you are interested in reading it, you can always pause. I feel like that's probably the best compromise. Because I don't want to like slow down the stream so much, you know, where I'm like just straight up letting everybody read it at their own pace. Girthran's notes. Okay. That was the 1st entry. I think we're back at the rooms. You know, the puddles, the green shit. Yeah. I think we're totally at that one point where, like, if I stand in the stuff, in the drink, my life just disappears. Which means I probably should hurry up. Try to do my best about not standing in it. Big open rooms with very little to interact with. It's pretty much just slay the monsters and continue. I will have to say that just based upon my memory of playing Titan Quest and playing Grim Dawn here in this, especially in this dungeon, it's very clear to me that either the original person that designed Titan Quest Dungeon probably also did Grim Dawn's, or they made it like a really strict decision to basically fabricate dungeons based upon Titan's Quest. Basically, like almost like a copy and paste. I mean, that's what it kind of looks like, because this totally looks like Grim Dawn. I mean, Titan Quest right here. The way these these boxy dungeons. Achievement unlocked. Oh, look at that. There was an achievement. Fantastic. There was indeed. I wonder if there's any more achievements attached to that. So I sure hope we're getting close to the warden. There is a lot of lore in this area, though, in the form of these like lecturns and the journal entries. Okay, so as far as gear goes, close you out. Wow. So this is one of those times where I'm just going to have to sacrifice my bonuses to pets, man. There's just nothing else that we can say about that. But I am going to keep them, because while I'm not going to have them equipped, I can certainly use them for some other, like, ulti character. I know, it kind of makes me a pack rat. But it just facilitates playing the game a second, third, or fourth time just so much easier. When you already have an account filled with a bunch of good gear. Although one problem that I usually face is that you'll end up like loading up your entire inventory and maybe a character or two full of all this like really awesome low-level gear. And you'll only have an abundance of low-level gear because your main character hasn't progressed past a certain point. And then you run into that same problem when you start to reach the mid-game. Your inventory is like, it's already full of all the early game stuff, and you haven't played enough alt characters to really justify having all the gear in the first place. Something like that. Well, there's a lot of activity in this room.
I can't do that yet.
Come on, get out of there, damn it. Kill him. God damn it. Get him! Wow. Took a little bit of damage there. It's alright. Come on, pick up the sledgehammer, please. Nothing good. Since it's going to continue with this, like, boxy shape, I think what I like to do is come to the south here first. And go around like this. shit. Really hate to keep rotating the map. I just want to keep it, like, flush. Flush with the cardinal directions, that is. Okay, we got a bad guy here. Please. Let's replenish some of my skeletons. Didn't my Wendigo totem... Yeah, it's supposed to regenerate health. I'm gonna say, like, why is my Blight Fiend still damaged? I mean, I know it's taking a bunch of damage. Don't get me wrong.
Can't do that yet.
Yes, you can. I believe in you. Oh, you know, I did gain a level. By the by. Might want to invest some skill points into something. Maybe, kind of, sort of. So these, like, big green things, when they start to rush me like that, that's what I really like to save my ill omen for. Okay, so now that I actually get a little bit of a respite, if you will. Where do we want to put our points into? Preferably, I think I'd like to max out skeleton. I think we're going to do that. Yeah. And then the next level up, we'll be able to just straight up max it out. I was going to do it anyways. I think it would be a wise decision. We have a boss here. We're getting kind of like a little flanked. So let's get the hell out of Dodge. Can I get all of my... Oh. So that almost killed me. I know I've mentioned this in the past. Fucking shit. If you bump up your skill in a summon while the summon is out, it desummons them. Okay, there goes my Blight Fiend and my Briarthorn.
Can't do that yet.
Come on. Oh, it's nice that the Blight Fiend... It's nice that the Blight Fiend was, is still set to aggressive. Even though he died and I had to recast him. So I think we got a rare crafting component. I think it was a corpse dust. Got a ring over here. A new gun. Yay! Look at that! We got a new gun that actually does more damage. Awesome. That's an auto-equip. So I do have this one other ring here, this warding gold band of scorched runes. And the reason why I kept it is because it gave you pretty decent resistances, but the flat health is good. And I'm looking to replace it, but I want it something that's kind of in the same spirit. Providing me with a noticeable increase, preferably. I think that was pretty much everything. Yeah, okay. Got plenty of room. Don't need to go back to town anytime soon. Oh, let's get our 6th skeleton. Yes, I know, if I've been pumping skill points into, what is this called? Undead Legion. We could have had more skeletons. But that's okay with me. It's fine. And when I'm done, actually when I gain my next level, it's only going to take two mastery points. Honestly. So I'm not really sure the direction I'm going to want to go next. I'm not sure if I want to actually do Undead Legion, or if I want to start working on masteries again. Because I am kind of thinking that what might be a good move to do is to pump more into the Necromancer mastery. Because I would like to start to have access to some of these other skills here that I was planning on getting. Like, I'm not sure which direction I want to go. If I want to go both Blight Burst and Rotting Fumes. Like, they're both pretty ridiculous. I think Rotting Fumes, I'm not sure if this is actually really worth it. I think Blight Burst is... I think that's where it's at. Because I think he does a lot of damage. And then there was Call of the Grave here. Yeah. Call of the Grave would be pretty sexy. Mark of Torment's really good if you do it on, like, a boss. But I'm not going to do that. Obviously, if we are going to max out Necromancer's mastery, I'm not going to go with Reap Spirit. Made that executive decision. Don't want to do it. I'm going to go with Master of Death. I think Master of Death is pretty ridiculous. Although, there have been people out there that have made the case to say that you should probably max out Shaman and not Necromancer, but I don't know if I completely agree with that. Some of these, they're good, don't get me wrong. I just think that... What the fuck is that skill called? Master of Death. I think Master of Death is just good. From what I remember, is it scales pretty well.
Can't do that yet.
It's only the beginning.
I'm guessing that was the boss. Is that the warden? I don't know. I haven't come across, I think, very many other monsters that have talked shit. Or was that just supposed to be the warden because I'm getting closer? I guess that would also be an acceptable answer. I think the next time I go back to town, by the way, I'm going to take a short quickie of a break. Okay, let's take a look at what we have thus far. I think I'm going to do a little bit of backtracking. Actually, no, I won't. Because what I was thinking about doing was coming all the way back down here and then coming all the way back up, but I think it connects right here and we could just backtrack a little bit. A little closer, more efficient. Come with me, my minions. We have burning skeletons and zombies to kill. And large spiders that are the stuff of nightmares. I used to be deathly afraid of spiders. And while I'll say I haven't completely conquered my phobia, it has somewhat diminished over the years, thankfully. And no, I'm not talking about, like, you know, so bad that I see a little spider and I shriek like a little girl or something. No, 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 nothing like that. It just legitimately sickened me. Spiders. Hate them. But now I don't mind so much. It's funny, too, because, you know, when I was a little child, when I was little, I used to be deathly afraid of heights. Oh, yeah, man. Really badly. I mean, it wasn't so bad that I had to take, like, Dramamine or something as a kid. You know, because I experienced, like, hardcore vertigo. It wasn't anything like that. It's just... You know, I could be on, like... I'd be, like, a 6-year-old little boy and be on, like, a little 4-step ladder and look down and start to get a little queasy. I was like that. I really was. But now I'm not. Like, as an adult, I'm fine. Now, I think if I went to, like, Seattle or something like that and went on, like, the Space Needle... Might be a little different story. I visited some family who happen to live in a condo. We went to that nice, like, little common area, rooftop, what do you call it? Like a, what's the word I'm looking? Like a penthouse kind of thing, but more of a common area. It had like this nice little outdoor patio area overlooking the city. Real charming, but then you get up to the edge, the railing, and then you look down and you're like, ah, that's right. It's rather unpleasant to look down. So as much as I want to lie to myself and say, yeah, it's completely gone, I think when you get into some...
I can't do that yet.
Pretty high heights... Clearly I'm talking on my ass. I'm definitely getting some Diablo 2 vibes from this dungeon. I mean, along with the Titan Quest ones because of the boxy nature and the look. But this does feel like the end of Act 1 in Diablo 2. All these like little sub-dungeons and everything. And it's all like bifurcated. Or at least segmented. With all of these rift gates. Wasn't expecting that. I'm definitely enjoying it. Okay, so this is one of those like really narrow... Look at this thing. Look at this awesome narrow corridor. This is like some build's wet dream right here. Is the bottleneck. I think we're getting so close to having to go back to town, man. Just picking up all this crap. I am accumulating a nice little war chest of iron bits. Although I'm not entirely certain that... Is it like Diablo 2? Does gold get outclassed in this game? Does it become like completely worthless at some point? And Diablo 2 is really early on in the game. I mean, the moment that your mercenary, your little henchman, is strong enough to, like, sustain itself without you having to res it all the time. And you also have to have, you know, a steady amount of income to repair all your stuff, especially if you're using gear that has skills attached to them. But once you reach that point in the game where you're no longer, like, really scratching for scratch, gold just becomes pretty much worthless. Really, gold becomes the one thing that you only need to resurrect your little henchman. And you know what? I mean, it's true. Like, later on in the game, it becomes really expensive. You know, when your henchman is like level 98 or something like that, it's going to be hellaciously expensive. Oh, wait, Market Drink, those are good. Picked it up. Go get it. I get that spidey senses right now that I'm going to probably end up running into another rift gate, if not the end boss of this act.
See anything you like?
I believe all of this stuff we have already taken a look at, so I think we could just sell it. Should also take a look at what time it is. Time on deck is 10:34 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm definitely going to have to take a break here after we're done selling all this stuff because I got to feed cats. And get another refill of my awesome beverage. I think all this stuff was just... Is it better to have flat physique, or is it better to have just the flat health? I guess the physique would be better because physique is a lot of different things, whereas health is just the one thing. So I think I'm going to keep what I have equipped. And as far as boots go, I'm not really interested in upgrading because we still have these explorers. And I'm just not ready to de-equip them yet, at all.
See you around.
I'm still holding out, thinking I'm going to actually find another part of the set. Like it's actually going to be worth my time.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Okay, so Unholy Inscription, we have some of those. Oh, here's an amulet. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Got another corpse dust here, which is fabulous because I can make another one of those purified salts. As a matter of fact, I think I might end up just doing that right now. I just want one just to have it around. Same thing with the... Was it imbued silver? Yeah. Okay, we got some threads here. Yeah, Marketry is indeed a rare component. To reduce target's resistance for 5 seconds. So is that like 2 of every resistance? Because that's kind of awesome. Yeah, I'd really love to actually complete one of those. And let's take a look at this amulet here.
I'll hold on to that.
No.
for you.
Not gonna keep it. Not gonna do it.
Got any more scrap metal?
Purified salt, sir. We would like 1, please.
Go on now.
I'll keep your stash safe.
God damn it, I think I should equip them. I think I should do it. So I'll tell you what. What we're gonna do is I'm going to do it to anything that is something that I know I'm definitely not going to want to keep. Okay, because I'm going to want to keep these components. I think it's a big deal for me to keep these, right? Like... So I would rather equip these to items that I know I'm going to be replacing. Simply because I don't really care about the item themselves. I don't care that I'm going to have to sacrifice the item to get back the component. I'd rather not... Or, I guess the optional thing would be for me to... Oh, wait, never mind. These things... Yeah, it's all weapons, shields, and offhands. I really think I should imbue my rings with something, but... You know, my problem is if I say put in... what is this? Roiling Blood? If I put in Roiling Blood into that one awesome ring... And I don't know, for whatever reason, I find a better ring, and I want to replace it. I'm going to definitely want to keep that ring still, because it's still pretty awesome, right? But the Roiling Blood might not be still awesome, and I might want to remove the Roiling Blood. And even though you can keep the ring and destroy the Roiling Blood, I don't really want to destroy the Roiling Blood. And I know you can sit there and say Roiling Blood's extremely common, and you could easily replace it, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And besides, Roiling Blood kind of sucks. Whatever. I'm going to take a break. I need to feed cats. Was there anything else I needed to accomplish? I don't believe so. I think we were indeed going to equip this onto our stuff. So, I'll be back.